friend, your ace boon, the person that you go to for everything, male or female, doesn't matter.
Okay.
And now you have your wife. And of course you're going to put your wife above everybody. But if that person starts to feel some type of way, how would you navigate handling that situation?
You know what? That's a wonderful question, actually.
Because a lot of people, a lot of people in that situation, it's not so much that they're putting your opinions in your relationship because they don't like your relationship or because they don't like the other person or they don't want you to be together, but it's like a little jealousy. So what do you do with that?
And it can be, especially if you had that relationship before you got married.
Right.
And now that you're married, an individual is kind of jealous because what you had prior to your marriage, you don't necessarily have anymore.
Right.
But let me share something with you. When you get married, it is time for you to redefine those individuals who are a part of your life. I think that an adjustment is necessary. You have to assess who people are and give them new responsibilities in your world.
Right.
Because everybody cannot or will never be on the same level as my wife is.
Right.
So although we were kids together, we shared clothes and stuff like that. Now I'm married. I can't be who I was to you.
Right.
I cannot be who I was to you. I'm going to be loyal and dependable. However, all the time that we spent and stuff like that, we can't do it because I have a new priority.
Right.
Okay. And that's something that all of us need to do. When you're dating somebody, it needs to be articulated and communicated to others. Hey, I won't have the same time to kick it and play pool and bowl and stuff like that and skate like we used to. Because I'm working on something that is more of a priority in my life. People don't do that.
And I think that's so funny because, when I got in my relationship.
So are you saying you booed up?
I'm a little booed up.
Booed up.
I'm booed up. Badu.
Booed up.
So, when I got in my relationship, I went through that where I felt a little guilty because, my homegirl hit me up like, oh, you don't want to go out no more. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. It's like, girl, I can't be out going to parties. I only went to parties to meet dudes. Now I got one. So what do you mean? What's the point of me going to the parties?
Listen.
So it's like, and then I just think it's so funny because you have that friend who will do that to you, like, oh, you don't ever come kicking no more. You don't ever come.
Family too, though.
And then it's like, but when they're booed up, you don't see them.
No,
you don't see them at all.
No.
But they all up in your grill.
But family does that too. Oh, you ain't got no time for me because you were such and such and such. You dang on right, I ain't got no time for you. Listen, I'm trying to work on something that's going to produce longevity in my life.
Right.
You're going to be my friend and my family all the time. And so, you got a chat there?
Yes.
Go ahead. What did it say? Read that to us.
This is coming from Straight No Chaser, and it says, "Good evening, Pastor C. This is Ojello Achbebe."
Oh, I know him. Ojello Achbebe.
I have 20 wives and 40 in-laws, so I have many people in my affairs. I am currently working on wife number 21, but I have a problem. I am suffering from premature infatuation. Please help.
Let's get rid of 20.
First of all, he needs Jesus, and he got 20 wives. He has a problem that's above my pay grade.
This is outside of my area of expertise.
Yeah, you know what, engineer, I recommend that you tell that person,
Mr. Akbebe,
Miss Akbebe, to seek some help, man. But see, his comment, guys, as we get ready to wrap it up, his comment shows us, to me, in today's time, how people don't value monogamy anymore.
Yep.
People aren't loyal and exclusive anymore. And the more people you allow into your relationships, the more opinions you have to cipher through in your decision making.
So, real quick, before we wrap it up, because this one's going to jig a little bit. So, we're gonna make it quick.
Okay.
So, we had the conversation about having to not cut people off, but once you're in your relationship, that's what's going on.
Redefining.
So, right, redefining,
okay.
Regrouping, recasting, if you will. We're gonna keep running with this movie.
Recalibrating.
So, if your daughter had a man that you didn't necessarily favor, but you've done your part in, kind of keeping your tongue, but you see herself isolating herself from her family and from her friends because of this relationship. Where is the boundary? What is the extent of the things you can say in that situation? Like, where does it become too much? Is there a boundary where it's like, okay, I care, so I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna be overbearing? Like, what do you think? Where's the balance, if you will?
That's a great question. Now, I am a very involved dad.
Right.
Okay, I'm involved in my daughter's life. She told me things. I don't impose. I don't pry. However, I create an environment that is healthy for her to talk to me about what she feels she needs to talk to me about. If I see her isolating myself now through my own personal experiences, I can kind of determine what she's going through based upon me being an adult and having some experiences at her age as well.
Right.
So I'm learning to allow her to live life. However, if I sense there is danger that she's in, I am going to make sure that she knows she can talk to her father. Okay.
So just keeping those lines of communication open.
Very important. And I allow her to walk. See, as a parent, one of the most challenging things as a parent that you will go through is watching your child go through something and you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, especially when it's like familiar.
Oh,
so
my
like,
God. And she crying, Daddy, and he hurt my feelings. And you like, oh, God, I can't do anything about it. I can't go beat the boy up because, she still like him and I don't want to go to jail, But there are certain things that parents, we step back and watch our children go through because it is a part of the maturation process of maturing and becoming an adult. And I'm trying to help my children know that dad won't be there all the time.
Right.
And it's not saying that I'm going to die or anything like that, but you have to learn how to make your own decisions and manage and maintain your emotions. So with that being said, I do my best to stay out of her business. However, I'm visible enough to be a part of her business in a limited way.
Right.
If that makes sense. It makes
perfect sense.
And MBZ, relationships are important. To girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, and wives, they demand compromise. Everybody has to make some adjustments, right?
Yes.
Patience and commitment. There are a million challenges for every relationship, which have the potential to put strains on the couples, okay? The last thing any couple needs are all-knowing, all-seeing busybodies creating additional challenges. And we have those people in our lives, right?
Yes.
I am not advocating that if friends or family become mutes, if they become aware of situations that will endanger their loved ones, we're supposed to communicate and say, hey, look out, okay? However, unwanted or malicious intent is where the line must be drawn.
Say that again.
I think I will. Unwanted or malicious intent is where the line must be drawn. So if you have relatives that attempt to provide guidance because danger is lurking, take a minute to listen. If they are attempting to create confusion or division, take a minute to show them the door. Get out of my business.
Yes.
Okay. And so that's all that we have this week on Straight No Chaser. And we thank you all so much for being a part of us always. And Beezy, the chief in his absence, and Thimbat in his absence.
But we held it down. We held it down.
And Beezy, you did good. You did good. You're becoming the princess of talk radio.
Oh, yeah. Don't make my head any bigger than it is, Pastor C.
But listen, that's how we do it. And we're going to give it to you always. Straight No Chaser. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Straight No Chaser